there's so many things in my head that are constantly telling me, no, stop, stop, just go back to your 9 to 5. And it's just this old school, programs and mentality that's literally like, yeah, it's so easy to give up. It's the easiest thing. It's like, okay, no, let's just take the safest route. But I know ultimately it's not what my soul what will make my soul fulfilled in a way. And also so many people are feeling like this. I feel like a lot of people are feeling like I want to make an impact in the world. I want to have a positive contribution, and it's like unless you're working in an amazing 9 to 5 job that is actually doing that for the world, I don't think it's very fulfilling to have a just like a regular office job that you hate and you just hate the Mondays and going back to the office. So for you, what was the biggest mindset shift that you had to make yourself in order to go from this, just regular worker to now owning your own 7 8 figure business? What's been the biggest kind of shift that you had to make for
Yeah,
that?
I think you kind of said it already, was just doing and having a 9 to 5 job, sitting at the desk, wearing the slacks and the dress shirt and going down to lunch and clocking in and clocking out and asking for permission for vacation. When I look back at it, for 10 months, after 10 months, I just couldn't do it anymore. Like I literally said, I cannot sustain this. And just for a moment, I remember I could go back to this moment too. I was just like, man, and I look over and there, a guy's next to me. He's been there for 22 years, like on his LinkedIn, 22 years in the same seat. And I'm just like, it just hit me. I was like, there's no way. This is impossible. Like, no, no. And it's like in my mind, I was running as far as I can away from that type of reality for myself.
Yeah.
And I think just that experience alone, like, I would rather be scounging for pennies anyway. Like, not saying I'm homeless, but I would like before I would try to figure out a business or something before I would ever go back to going to that quadrant of the employee. And it's not to say, and you and I will both agree, it's not to say that if there's anything wrong with it or bad, but and at the end of the day, if you're drained from it, if it's exhausting, if you haven't got a 8% pay increase in the last couple of years, which very few people get unless you're a top, person in the company, you're losing money. Like it's from inflation. It's just there's so many levels and variables, and it's difficult because of how deep that program goes and how the voice, safety, paycheck, benefits, insurance. It's tempting. It's like, oh, don't leave.
Very.
Stay with if you let yourself look at it from that other perspective, it's like, how is this a job or what is it something else? Like what is a job? And unless, like you said, paying good and contributing to big changes in the world, fantastic. You've found a gold mine. But a lot of people I talk to, it's, yeah, I hate the Mondays or it's whatever, pays the bills. Yeah, I'm just doing it to do it. And I'm not sure what's next and everything's good and whatever, comfort zone. And I respect that people choose. Um, but that was probably just experiencing was the reason and the feeling that I had. And even if I was failing all these other entrepreneurial things, I would rather take the failure and not making money a few months, even though I had very little in my bank account and just getting by for a little bit, right? In those in between years, before I learned about investing and doing an AGIC and all these other things, is, you know, just hold on for dear life, or just you'll figure it out, because I just cannot go back to that. I just
Mm.
cannot go back to it. So yeah, today what I'm doing now is just truly incredible. Yeah, I'm sitting in my desk chair now, yet I can go somewhere else the next hour. I can go for a walk. I do whatever I want. It's the craziest thing. I joke around. I have no job. I have no kids. I have no family. I don't have a wife. I don't have dogs. I don't have a resume. I don't have a salary. I don't have benefits. Right? I like on paper, I'm a failure. And yet here I am, happy, healthy, set for life financially, doing what I want, when I want, with who I want, with never the fear, worry, or doubt ever really creeping in anymore. And it does at times. I'm not perfect. Yet wake up when I want. Every hour of the day is up to me. And that's liberating, and also can be scary for people too. I have so much time on my hand. Everyone wants time freedom until you have it. And you're like, what do I do with it? What do I do now? Everyone wants monetary freedom and you have it. And you're like, okay, do I spend this all? Like, what do I do now? So there's just so many levels, right? So many layers to that process, but it shows you a lot, and it's made me a better person. That's probably the biggest thing for sure. Definitely made me, came out better.